Hello, I'm Ken and welcome to my channel. Today we are in Cayo Coco, Cuba, and it is on the northeast shore. And today I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough of the Meliá Cayo Coco resort. We are only about 15 minutes away from the airport, which makes this place, I think, one of the more sought after hotels or resorts in the area. So I'm going to be doing a full walkthrough, showing you some of the upgrades they've done since the last time I've done a walkthrough, which is about a year and a half, 2 years ago. They've done a few things that I want to bring to your attention. So this is the 2025 full walkthrough of the Meliá Cayo Coco. I'm going to be walking through this whole thing without any editing. I might have to edit out maybe little bits and pieces here and there, but I'm going to try to just to give you an idea of how big this hotel is. I believe it fits about 300 people capacity. So they have 150 rooms, 300 people can fit. These are the lagoon rooms. These are probably the most upgraded ones. We've stayed in this one once and it was lovely. Over here is the billiard and dartboard entertainment building. It also has a bar in there. If you don't want to wait for your drink at the lobby, zip over there and you have your own private bartender. One of the upgrades over there, I'll show you when we get to that, but there is an upgrade at that bar. This is your entrance. No doors, no windows. They do have a ramp here for you and your luggage, so you don't have to drag it up these stairs. It is wheelchair accessible. I have seen people in wheelchairs or with mobility issues, and they seem to be getting around no problem. There is your front desk, a couple phones, information board. Over here you have your fresh morning juices. It's pretty much there all day long. Down this way is shops. You can buy rum, t-shirts, postcards. You can get, let's just take you down there and I'll quickly show you. Cigars, hats, and anything that you may have forgotten at home. This is a layout of what the Meliá Cayo Coco looks like. We've stayed in this pod, and we've stayed in this pod. We stayed in this one, and this one. We're in this one right now, and it's got a nice view of the beach. These are probably the two best beach-looking pods that you can get. And there's 8 in each, 4 upstairs, 4 downstairs. This is where the theater is. We are right now walking through this little area. We'll have to double back. So there you go. There's lots of trinkets and souvenirs. This is at the moment a storage. And again, everything's closed. I'm doing this early in the morning because there's not a whole lot of people around. Of course, the cats are around. And there's no loud music, and plus it's not crazy hot right now. It is 27 degrees Celsius. This is your hospitality. So if you have any issues, we haven't had hot water in our room the whole time we're here. So you just come here and let them know, and then they do their best to try and fix it. My father-in-law is with us on this trip, and he said the first night he couldn't sleep very well because the air conditioner clicked constantly every second. So they fix it, no problem, the next day. Over here is the more shops. And there's the billiard bar room. I think it opens at 4. Yeah, 4 to 11 every day. So again, you got your whole bar to yourself. You got a dartboard, 2 pool tables. Sometimes it's crazy busy in here. Sometimes you have the whole building to yourself, you and your own personal bartender. They also put a deck on the back with about 8 new couches. So it's people like to sit out there and have their drink. Again, there's more shops there. I had to buy after sun lotion because I got burnt on day 3. And this is the medical center if you get injured or if you're sick or whatever, you can go there and get checked out. There was a woman that was feeding fish by the shore, and she had so many fish around her that created quite a commotion, and a barracuda came along and did some damage to her leg. So she had to be hospitalized. And I'm not sure, I saw a woman with a cast on yesterday, and I'm not sure if that was her. I didn't ask her, and she was in a wheelchair, but it is possible that was her, because it happened, I think, either the day before we got here or the day we got here. And so it's possible that she just kind of is recovering. So what's new in this area is they've redone all the pillows and stuff, and I kind of like it. It looks kind of like watermelon. This is the smoking lounge. Sometimes that little bar there does ice cream, sometimes it does bar stuff. So again, depending on how busy they are, depends on what they open and what they don't open. This is your washrooms, your lobby bar washrooms. Always clean. There's always a person usually standing in here making sure that everything is good to go in the washroom. Another branding. And again, upstairs is a brand new Italian restaurant. And I haven't eaten up there. We have a reservation for tonight, and I can't wait, because it's the first time we've seen that open since 2020. I think prior to 2020, it was a discotheque, and but then it shut down for about 3 or 4 years, and then they reopened it as the Italian restaurant. This is your lobby bar. You can get your morning latte. You can get your, see, they're always waving hello. Get your latte or your Spanish coffee. Spanish coffee is good. There's another cat. This guy's a little skittish. People bring cat food down for them. I think they even have a program where you can help donate money to get the cats fixed. So I guess they spade or neuter. Depends on, I guess, how much money they raise to, stop the cats from overpopulating. And this is one of the ones that got neutered. Poor guy. Anyway, so a huge upgrade here is the fact that they've ripped up this whole pool deck and the pool. And before, it used to be like flagstone, kind of uneven, not the easiest thing to walk on. It was fine, but the fact that they've redone it with all these tiles, you have an outdoor shower. It used to, hey kitty, because I redid the bottom of the pool and everything. It's probably going to last a very, very long time. And we've spent a few hours in this pool already. I forgot to show you guys the buffet. And it is open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There are the times. So 7:30, 12:30, 6:30, closes at 10. And just another cat waiting for people to bring some food out for him. But it's a nice big room. Lots of food. They've got a juice bar in the middle. They've got crepe station on the other side. Woo! Oh. Dangerous. Muchas gracias. They've got omelets and stuff here. Omelets and stuff at the end. You can have your eggs done any way you want. But we eat here pretty much every day for breakfast and lunch, and then try to hit the a la cartes. That's all new. And just in case you saw the last video, this has all been modernized. So they have all this greenery. They have these little booths now. He just started the, and that's new as well. He just started up the blender. All of a sudden it got really loud. So we'll move along. Nice rocking chairs to relax on. We haven't had a problem getting any of the cabanas, because again, there's not a whole lot of people here right now. I think there's less than 100 people. So the first 2 days, the buffet was not open for dinner. You had to find an a la carte. And again, they have 3 a la cartes, and I'll show you them as we go. So this is the above pool area. Absolutely stunning and beautiful. The maintenance workers do an amazing job on the gardens and stuff. This is where they do yoga and possibly, you know, maybe a little wedding service. Up here they have the romantic dinners for two. They have 3 pods. Nice water feature. This is the workout room. Nobody in there right now. So we've had romantic dinner up here twice. Once on the beach. It's better up here. It's not as windy. But definitely romantic dinner on the beach. If you can swing it, I suggest you do it. Pretty much all the times we've been here, that jacuzzi little area has never been working. That's the first time I think I've seen it being used as like a little fake jacuzzi. Let's move on. It's one of those resorts you really can't get lost on. It's just basically a big circle. So these pods are 4 apartments. There's your workout room. There is a guy in there. Nice. Okay, some free weights, it looks like. Nope, no free. Oh, that free weights are right here. Dumbbells and stuff. Then you got your universal. Got a bench press. Over here, I guess under where we just were, is a massage spa area in that area. Kind of forgot to walk across the boardwalk, but there's your boardwalk. This is the pool bar. It's open 24 hours a day. If you're hungry, you can get like a burger or French fries or pizza or whatever, and but that's open 24 hours. If you ever come in really late at night and you're hungry from your long flight, this is just another angle. People are getting up, coming down for breakfast. I should have come out an extra half hour early, but yeah, this is a nice little area. You can also come here for breakfast. Well, not breakfast, but you can come here and get your morning latte. It's a nice little spot to sit around, enjoy the cool breeze, well, warm breeze from the ocean. Let's just quickly go this way. The whole time we have been here, the beach restaurant, I think it's called the Ranchon or Ranchon, it's been closed, and I think 100% it's because of the fact that they don't have enough people here. We haven't gone without a meal, let me tell you. They feed you well. So here's one of the main walkways. There's, I guess, a raised platform to the beach there, one here. Some of them have the shower and foot wash. So when you're coming back from the beach, apparently this used to be 10 or more feet high of mangrove, and 2017, can't remember what the name was, but hurricane wiped out half of this building. It was mostly all gone. So we stayed in this pod. I think we stayed in this room twice. Now we're in that room over there. But I'll show you. This is where we used to like having lunch here, because again, it's right by the beach and the view is just stunning. They have a little fun celebration every single week called Cuba Day. So they usually, when this place is in full swing, they'll be barbecuing pigs down here. The rest of stuff up here will be fish and chicken, and it's just really, really good. And then you can just sit out here and enjoy. look at the beach, watch what's going on. But this place hasn't been open the whole time we've been here. I'm not sure when they actually shut it down, but it would open at lunchtime, and it would be a buffet. And they used to have pretty good food here, but again, because of not enough people, they just shut it down, cut back on staff hours, I guess, or they just move them to other places. Again, another shower and foot wash. A lady I met here who saw my other videos, she said, what I liked about your videos is you showed the beach and you didn't put a lot of unnecessary music and editing into it. So this is why I like doing these walkthroughs, just to give you an idea. Beautiful white sand, lots of I always forget what the name of those things are called. I just call them, I don't know, gazebos. Palapas, there we go. I knew I'd remember. My wife always had to remind me, what are those things? Palapas. So lots of palapas off to the left. Got your lifeguard, lots of palapas off to the right. And that's the beach bar, which is another nice place just to hang out. Have a beer, cerveza, rum and coke. They have kind of like a slush machine, so you have either pina colada or like a lime slush, and then you can mix whatever you want into it. The gentleman that runs it, his name is Jesus, super friendly guy. Everybody brings flags from wherever they come from, bring in license plates wherever they come from. And that one's mine, K. Domik. I brought that in a while ago. I got my sticker up on the board. Let me know which flags you guys recognize. Got Brazil up there. Nice. Apparently, a lot of British people used to love coming here, but it was Thomas Cook that used to, I guess, have the contract or whatever, and then they went out of business. So this used to have a lot of British people here all the time. And ever since Thomas Cook just went bankrupt, nobody comes from England. I don't think I've met anybody from England. And if they do, they got to fly to Toronto and then from Toronto here. So there was your beach bar. And again, when this thing is in full swing, it is open for lunch and becomes an a la carte at dinner time. And I think that used to do all the Cuban stuff. So, but now they've moved the Cuban stuff over to a new building. Well, not a new building, but it was a storage building at one time. I think even before that, it used to do like salsa dancing lessons. But now they've changed it into a restaurant, and they did a really, really good job. And that was our first dinner that we had here. And it was just during a crazy thunderstorm. We were probably a half an hour late because we were just too terrified to walk with umbrellas through like a micro. It seemed like a hurricane. I've never been in a hurricane before, but it was pretty much the worst storm I've experienced in all the times I've come to Cuba. I think it could probably top some of the ones I've had in Ontario. That's how bad it was. So here they have your little sports facility. We got 2 tennis courts. I think they used to have shuffleboard there, but it doesn't look like it's in running order. They used to have archery. I don't think they do that anymore. I haven't seen anybody with bows or arrows. They do have pickleball, and they do have a pickleball outline for you pickleballers. 2 more tables, and probably around 10 o'clock they put all the stuff out. Again, I'm walking around early in the morning because I just want to shoot as much stuff as I can, show you guys as much stuff as I can without showing you a whole lot of people. You got your foosball. More pods. Serenaded first thing in the morning. If you made it this far in the video, please give it a like. Give us a subscribe if this is the first time you see one of my videos. Pretty much everywhere I go with my wife, we try to do a walkthrough of the resort, just like I'm doing right now, just to show you what it would be like for you to walk around the resort. Give you an idea how big it is, how beautiful it is. They have these things, so if you just happen to be walking back with your glass from the bar, you can just put it in there and then they'll collect it later on, instead of people just leaving it on benches and things. These lamps illuminate the path at nighttime so you don't get lost. The groundskeepers will offer a coconut to you if you are interested. Just give them $1 and they'll pull down a coconut, or they'll already have a bunch in their wheelbarrow, cut it open for you, and you can have put your rum in there, put your rum in the coconut, stir it all up. I have to reiterate, guys, just the grounds here are just so beautiful. Again, my wife and I call this our second home, or our second cottage, because we love our cottage in Muskoka, but we love coming here too. At least once a year I'd love to come here. And a week is pretty much good. I used to think that 7 days wasn't enough, but now I'm starting to enjoy just the 7 days, relax, have fun. Ooh, I should have stopped right in that shade there. So if you want to look through my old videos, you'll see that this building had more windows, and I believe it was just a storage unit. But again, way back in the day, I think it was like their salsa dancing building or whatever. So people who have been coming here way longer than us remember. The 2 washrooms are at the back. Again, we had like a 7 or 8 course meal, and all the food was really, really good. Like they kind of definitely stepped it up a notch. I think at one time maybe they did weddings here. This is the way it was laid out. Back in the day, they had like the trellises and stuff. So let me just take you up here. Again, wheelchair accessible. They're always thinking. We also have stairs. I didn't notice that until now. When we first came here in the rainstorm, I couldn't get in because there's no handles on the door. And I'm like, why isn't there a handle? I couldn't figure out how to open this. But they finally let us in when they could see that we were trapped on their deck. And this is just beautiful too. They grow a lot of their own herbs and mint and stuff for the mojitos. And they've got banana trees, of course, coconuts. I'm not sure if that's a lime tree or not. It's possible. But again, you could hang out here. When we were here, like I said, it was pouring rain, so this part wasn't open because obviously there's no roof, and it wouldn't have mattered because the wind was just driving the rain sideways. So I'd love my cottage deck to look like that. That's so cool. So I think that's where they grow all the mint. Lots of bananas. Just in case you didn't know, once you've cut the bananas down, you actually have to cut the tree down, and then it forces it to grow up and produce more bananas. If you just lop it off, it never grows bananas again. So what I've been told. And just to give you a little bit of transparency, right now I'm smelling a little bit of septic, and I'm not sure if it's from this lagoon or if it's from their treatment center. So there's certain parts of the resort that sometimes you can smell sewage, sometimes you can't. So this is all blocked off. They're redoing these, or they're just going to tear them down. I don't know. It looks like they're going to redo them. Here's the plans. So if you're planning on coming here in the future, these pods might be all refurbished, and as you can see, like the walkways are all crumbling and stuff, so they gotta do a whole lot of work. So it looks like there were each pod there has 4 rooms in it. We've never stayed in this section. We did stay in one of the blue sections, I'll show you. So they can only spend so much money a year on fixing things up, and the pool needed a good uplift. So they did the pool over top of the lagoon rooms there. And I think 3 of the pods are closed. So let's call that pod 1. And that one's closed. This is from the rain. It usually doesn't look like this. They just haven't got around to cleaning it up. Not a whole lot of people walk back here because there's nobody is using any of these rooms. So there's another pod. I'm not sure how many. I think it's just, oh yeah, another 3 pods. And this is a pod that we stayed in, and it's closed too. So that's 3 pods that are closed. And I'm starting to melt, people. I don't think it's now 28 degrees Celsius. And I'm trying to walk somewhat quickly. Hopefully the stabilizer on this camera is doing a great job, so you guys don't get ill. But again, they've shut this down too, just for safety reasons. And let's just take a little peek around just to see. Yeah, they need to redo all these walkways, and I'm not sure about the actual pods themselves, what they look like on the inside. And if you do stay in this pod, in this set of pods, try to get that room, because you get the whole bottom part, whereas here there's 4 rooms that share this one pod. This one, there's only 2 upstairs, 1 downstairs. The other half is like their laundry or whatever, where whoever does all these, they bring it all there, put it there, and then eventually it gets moved out. And then they also have like a security guard there. So it's the biggest room out of all these pods. So little insider tip for you: if you like big rooms, get that one. There's also crabs. First time I've ever seen crabs here. So this would be going back to our rooms and then back to the pool. This is going straight back to the lobby. If I see a crab, I'll let you know. And then there's a whole bunch of tiny little red crabs by the pool. And so it's their breeding season or hatching season. So all the babies, you just kind of have to watch where you walk. So this pod is open. So there are people staying here. Let's see if I can see a crab. These are all crab holes. And they don't bug you. There's also hermit crabs. You see them on the walkway, so watch where you're walking at nighttime. Have a flashlight or something just to help illuminate it a bit more. But this pod of 3 is open. It's definitely a little bit further away from the lobby and the beach and all that stuff, but if you don't mind getting your steps in every day, the lagoon's nice and the sun sets over this way. So pretty much all these pods and all the pods facing that way get a really nice sunset look. Nice view of the sunset. Morning. More pods. The guy that just walked past, he has, I guess, Hawaiian tropic suntan lotion. I can smell the coconut. So these are royal palms, I believe. These long trees with a big lump in the middle. It's like a snake swallowed a rat or something. But there's a certain bird that once the tree dies, it makes a nest in it, and then they can't cut them down, which is really kind of cool, I think. So this used to be a restaurant, used to be called the International. We really enjoyed eating breakfast in there. They had really nice breakfasts. A lot of these buildings get damaged from the storms, and then a few years later, they start to fall apart. So this was the entrance for the people. There used to be another ramp over there. That was the entrance for the servers who come in, bring the food and all that. But yeah, I look forward to them building that. They did at one point have plans on the wall over there. So these plans, I'll show you in a second, are showing you what it's gonna look like when they rebuild. And again, I look forward to coming back in the future to eat in that place. Look at that table, it's beautiful. I really hope that they get that done sooner than later. And there's a tree I would love to get some help on, people. If you've managed to stay in this video this long, I appreciate it. But there's a tree right here. I don't think it's a fan palm, because a fan palm is more flat, but it has that kind of same shape to it. So if you know what that is, let us know in the comments below. So we have come full circle. I think I've covered everything that I need to cover in this 32-minute video. Sorry if it's too long. I really do hope you like the video. Again, I try to walk as fast as I can, show you as much as I can. Definitely wanted to show you all the upgrades, because to me that was really important. Carol and I were looking forward when we were coming here to see the new restaurants and the new pool. Oh, this is coming up the back way to the smoking lounge. There's another Katie. So like I said, this is a little bar, smoking lounge. This is where all the smokers hang out. Hey Katie, it's all right. It must be their hiding spot back there. All right, guys, as you can see, I am sweating like crazy. Woo! My morning exercise for sure. So yeah, I really hope you appreciate this video. Hope you like the video. Hope you hit it with a thumbs up. Let me know if my videos make or break your decision to come here, because I try my best to give you a fair walkthrough and let you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. But hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again in the next walkthrough. Ciao.